What up, gang? It's really windy out here, so I'm trying to keep the mic covered the best that I can. But today's video just might be a little windy. I didn't expect it to be this windy out when I came to the park. But, fuck it, I'm making this video. I'm not letting the wind stop me. I've been going through a rough season at the moment, and I've been on a journey of discovery in trying to figure out who I am and what it is I want out of this life. I threw myself into a relationship for 6 months, and it ended up being a bad one, and just, kind of abusive and emotionally abusive, and there was a lot of evil going on that I couldn't control myself, even no matter how hard I tried to control it myself. So that relationship ended for the best, for the better, and since then I've been trying to find myself, and it's been difficult. I'm trying to stay off that damn phone and get into my Bible and reading more. I'm trying to just sit by myself sometimes without my phone or without a book or anything, and just sit there and smoke a cigar and sit with myself. And it's a lot harder than you would think it is to just sit with yourself. But I've been doing it, and I've been trying to do it. And of course I'm working through other things in therapy and stuff like that, but I don't know, life's just been tough on me right now, man. I'm dealing with a lot of health complications from different meds. I'm extremely sick, to the point where, I can't get out of bed for days on end, and that's making consistency of trying to work on myself a little difficult, because there's days where I just can't get out of bed, and it's not like I can do much for working on myself that day, nor should I push myself to work on myself that day. And that's part of the thing where I'm working on being fair to myself. I saw the Zerky show. He made a video called "Are You Being Fair?" And it really made me think, am I being fair to myself? And I think for most of my life, and I'm getting better at it now, but I've been really unfair to myself. I've always expected things to get fixed immediately, or that I've always assumed I had the power to fix anything that happened in my life, and that I could do it on my own. And that's not being fair to myself. I don't need to carry every burden that comes across my path. And that's been a difficult idea to learn, because I'm a compulsive person, and I've always wanted things to be fixed immediately. And I've always thought, oh, if I just try harder, I can fix them. But then no matter how hard I try, my problems never seem to go away. So I guess now I've reached the point where I need to step back and take a look, hey, you can't fix this on your own. And that's been a hard pill to swallow. Giving my problems up to Jesus proves to be pretty difficult for me. I trust Jesus, and I love Jesus, but when it comes to my problems, sometimes I feel like they're just my burden to carry alone, even though that's the very opposite of what Scripture says. It's like how sometimes I don't want to bother the people in my life with my problems. Sometimes I don't want to bother Jesus with my problems. And I know it's not bothering to him, but to me it feels that way. It feels like I'm being a burden. Or it feels like I suck at listening. Like, I know all the things I'm supposed to be doing, but yet I still struggle to do them. Therefore, I can't listen and follow through. And I just feel like I failed Jesus or God. Even though I know I haven't. But sometimes it feels that way. Beautiful day out in the park. I don't know if you see the scenery behind me. It's just a little windy, that's all. A little busy around the park. A lot of people here. It's a nice day. Sunday. I woke up this morning feeling sick again. But I pulled it together. I went to church. And the church service was great. and I made plans to meet with people from the church throughout the week. And then I got home, I took a fat nap on the back porch, just basking in the sun. And then I woke up and came here. I always feel like I'm fighting. That's been a big thing for me, suffering and fighting. Now, for me, I've had this idea stuck in my head that as a Christian, it's essential to suffer. And you must suffer. And the goal is not to be happy. The goal is to suffer and find purpose in suffering. And to an extent, I do still believe that. But I think I idolized my suffering a bit too much. And I idolized fighting the good fight and always being stubborn and stern and not giving and, winning the fight with depression and suicide and stuff like that. And I am still winning that fight, and I am still fighting the good fight. But I don't think I'm meant to be fighting this hard. I I feel like if I was meant to be fighting this hard, it would have gotten me somewhere by now. So I have to learn how to surrender. But being a fiery guy who loves to fight his own battles, it's difficult to surrender and slow down and just kind of let things be. But I don't know why it's so difficult. Because it should be so much easier to not fight than to fight. But for some reason, it's a fight in itself to surrender. But yeah, surrender. It's a real bitch. Because I don't really know what surrender looks like. Like, I know it's not completely giving up and just letting things slide. But, like, I also know it's not intensely fighting back. It's kind of like the waves. They come and they go, and they move at their own slow pace. Gotta learn to be more like the waves. But as such a fiery, anxious person, it's hard to slip into that lifestyle. But I really do wonder what's on the other side of this struggle. Because I know that things will get better. Maybe they'll get worse. Schizophrenia is a degenerative disease. But even if they get worse, I have a feeling that I'll be able to handle my problems better the older I get. And I know it takes time, but I'm extremely impatient, as I'm sure a lot of you are. And I want this issue to be fixed immediately. So it's hard to accept that things are going to take time. I just hope that in these coming weeks, months, the next year, I can learn to take things more slowly and rely on God more than I rely on myself. And hopefully, through my struggles and me talking through my issues to the camera, you guys can help find some knowledge and at least not feel so alone in your battle. Because at least you know I'm out here fighting it too. And I'm glad to know that there are other people like me out there fighting the same exact battle. Anyways, I think that's all I gotta say for today. I'm gonna get to my Bible study and enjoy the rest of the cigar while sitting out and watching the water. I hope you guys can take something away from this and not feel so alone in your fight. But just remember to surrender, and not everything is supposed to be a grueling uphill battle. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. God bless you.